One bottle of bleach can purify hundreds of gallons of drinking water while you're waiting for rescue.
SOS, How to Survive with Creek Stewart premieres Sunday, August 20th at 8 p.m. Eastern. Real-life stories from people who found themselves in deadly weather and how you can save your own life. Now is that time of the day where we talk tropics. And here with us in the lab is Dr. Rick Knabb, former director of the Hurricane Center, and we also have Chris Warren.
Yeah, and Dr. Knabb, you look at this, one quick look tells you it's getting to the busy time of year.
Yeah, welcome to August, everyone. This is the par for the course. We've got an active tropical storm on the verge of becoming Hurricane Franklin. A couple of systems in the Atlantic to watch, even the East Pacific trying to ramp back up. Tropical Storm Franklin, high-end tropical storm, winds up to 70 miles an hour, still moving west at 13, so it's a matter of hours, Chris, before this comes ashore. And if you look at the high-resolution GOES 16 imagery, look how solid the central dense overcast has become near the center of circulation. And I really like to zoom in here because it really looks like it's trying so hard to form an eye in there, and we'll have another hurricane hunter plane in there later this evening, right around the time the sun goes down, see if it's become a hurricane. But on the satellite estimates, it's getting really close.
And that's not going to be too far ahead of landfall, is it?
No, in fact, again, with just hours to go, maybe by midnight tonight, with anticipated additional strengthening forecast by the Hurricane Center, we're definitely expecting a hurricane to make landfall somewhere between Veracruz and Tampico. Of course, the hurricane is not just a point on the map. The effects will extend outside of this cone, and that's why you see the government of Mexico issuing tropical storm warnings either side of where they've got the hurricane warning and a hurricane watch on top of the tropical storm warning. But I'm not just worried about the wind, Chris. I'm really worried about the water.
And by water, you're talking about the rain coming out of the sky turning into flooding on the ground, right?
Yeah, and this is in addition to the fact that there will be some storm surge flooding on the coast. But then when you talk about the heavy rainfall, falling in the area, very complex terrain, mountaintops in some places exceeding 10,000 feet. It's not just going to be a coastal event, and this is the hazard that has the greatest potential to take a lot of lives. And some recent storms in this area have done that. I really hope that doesn't happen again this time.
And you mentioned complex terrain, and that in my mind says it's going to be unpredictable really to say exactly how and the flooding really plays out, which areas get hit harder over one spot over another.
Yeah, very true, because the mountains play two important roles in all of this. One is to help squeeze out some of the moisture, but then once the rain falls, then it funnels into valleys and certain spots can flood because the water collects. We still have Invest 99L in the Atlantic. This is now a 50-50 shot of becoming a depression or storm over the next 5 days. Mostly a concern between Bermuda and the eastern part of the U.S. The models still don't agree on whether this is going to happen or not.
All right, we got some time to figure that out, and I hope you have some time to stay with us. We're going to take a much closer look at this right after this.
Currently in our area, 85 degrees under fair skies. Tonight, mostly clear, low 62, winds south at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Thursday, mainly clear, high 86, winds south-southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Thursday night, a few clouds from time to time, low 60, winds south-southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Today on Weather Center Live, Invest 99L and Tropical Storm Franklin. We're keeping a close eye on both in the tropics right now, where Franklin goes next, and if the U.S. could see impacts from 99L in the coming days.
And day after day of heavy soaking rain across much of the south, triggering flooding alerts across several states. Just an example of that on the right-hand side of your screen. Just how much more rain we could see and the potential trouble you could see heading into the weekend.
hour. This is Weather Center Live. I'm meteorologist Chris Warren.
And I'm meteorologist Liana Brackett. Soaking rain across the south today, leading to flood alerts across several states.
Plus, we're tracking the latest on Invest 99L, the potential development we could see in the coming days, and if the U.S. could see some impacts. Hurricane specialist Carl Parker is going to join us in less than 4 minutes. But first, what we're dealing with right now, some soaking rain in the south. Let's go to Liana for a closer look at that.
Yeah, let's take a look at North Carolina. You saw some flooding, some significant flooding in parts of Wilmington. Traffic slowed to a crawl as drivers tried to navigate the rising water level. This all happened yesterday. And again, we can't say this enough. When you see flooded roadways, turn around. You don't want to get stuck and you don't want to drown. This is all a bad situation. There's a lot of people on the road and you don't want to be that one person who's causing a major traffic jam because your car just stalled out. So unfortunately, we have more weather on the way, more rain, more flooding, and it's not looking to end for several days. So let's take a look. Right now, we have a flash flood watch encompassing 4 states, stretching from Birmingham all the way towards Monroe, including Jackson and Greenville and Tuscaloosa. And the rain, it's just coming down. Lots of rain, lots of lightning. We still have this flash flood warning that's outlined in green across parts of Mississippi. And it's kind of traveling right along some of the major interstates. Moving systems that are pushing through, just dumping a lot of rain. Savannah, Charleston, you're all in the line of storms. And it's not going to change. We have a very stagnant situation across the area. We have a lot of tropical moisture that's staying in the same exact spot all the way into this weekend. This stalled out front is going to be the main focus for those thunderstorms on the upper levels of the atmosphere. We have these disturbances that are allowing those thunderstorms to grow. That's one of the ingredients that we need for thunderstorms is lift. And thunderstorms, we have it all the way tomorrow into Friday. We might get a few breaks every once in a while. These are more scattered thunderstorms in nature. But once you start seeing that dark green color popping up, those are more solid chances of seeing very heavy thunderstorms. And it picks up into Sunday and even into Monday. So we have several days of very torrential, heavy rain. And again, we have scattered thunderstorms impacting the area by Monday. Chris?
All right, Liana, let's take a live look right now at New Orleans and the French Quarter. There's been some rain around recently and expecting to see more heavy rain and storms that will last for days. Now, it's the chance of storms that will last for days, not each individual storm, but if a storm lingers for more than, say, 20 minutes to a half an hour, then we're getting into the situation where flooding is going to be a concern, at least some localized flooding. Here's a look at the time we're going to be watching. The radar here, it's the future radar. Through time, we can see what this computer model thinks the radar is going to look like. So where the rain and storms are going to be during the overnight hours, things calm down a little bit. But then by tomorrow afternoon, another chance for showers and storms and repeat again. Through the weekend, temperatures in the upper 80s during the day, dropping down first thing in the morning to the upper 70s, but chance for thunderstorms will be consistent, especially in the afternoon. Here in North Carolina, 1 to 2 inches of rain is going to be a possibility, but this is also going to be coming with the hit and miss type thunderstorms that we're going to deal with here Friday through Tuesday. So looking at several days here throughout parts of